You do have the choice of the silver tone or the gold tone. 2 easy payments of $16 a month on this one. And what's really unique about this piece is that you have this stunningly sculpted feather. And you know what I love about this, Amy? That it's not perfect, because feathers are not perfect. Sometimes they get that little crinkle in them. The little pieces go a little askew and you can sort of smooth it with your fingers. And you've captured that beautifully in the sculpt, but then there's 3 very delicate graduated sizes of a very light blue crystal in the middle of both of your metal choices. So what is the symbolism behind the feather?
I love this. This represents being true to yourself. Right? When you speak your truth, live your truth. I mean, we're in a world where people are so influenced nowadays from social media, comparing ourselves a lot. And this is one that's all about embracing who you are and living your truth, speaking your truth. And when you do so, your soul is light as a feather. So the 3 words associated with this are truth, light, and virtue. And then the beautiful light-colored blue Swarovski crystals, that color blue is representative of spiritual truth.
Right.
So when you do that and you live truth, speak your truth, your soul is light as a feather.
You know what? That is really interesting, because I remember in school learning about Egyptian mythology, and when you would go to the hereafter, they had to weigh your heart before you could go in on a scale with a feather on the other side. And if your heart was heavier than the feather, like, I'm just, you saying that kind of brings me back to that. And you know what? I think it's really important too. The feather for me has a different kind of symbolism, because if you think about your life and all the things that happen in it, and believe me, you know, we all have good, we all have bad, varying degrees of each. What you have to remember is that as the breeze is blowing, sometimes you need to go with that breeze and be like the feather, because if you try to fight that breeze that is coming your way, it's going to be really, really difficult for you. So sometimes you just have to remember to float, and that's not a bad thing. That's actually okay to let the breeze take you in a particular direction.
Trust.
Yeah.
So the meaning card for this, you're so good. I mean, it's exactly what it says.
Oh, is it really?
An object representing light and air.
Yeah.
A feather is the bearer of truth and justice. Ancient Egyptians believed a pure heart weighed as light as a feather.
I did not read that on the back. I remember learning about it in
I
school.
don't know if I believe it. Feathers represent virtues of charity, hope, and faith. Keep your heart light and let truth be your guide.
Yeah, you know what, you mentioned something earlier, which is so true, which I never would have predicted as a mom. Like, when I had my children, my daughter is 11 and my son is 9, and how much life has changed with social media and stuff and literal bombardments of emotional baggage from the weirdest possible places. I never thought I'd be raising my kids in this era where that was everywhere. This would be such a great reminder of just keeping it light and just
being you.
Being you, and lock the haters out regardless of, and speaking your truth. Shield yourself, leave all of that behind, and remember who you are and be true to who you are. Because the minute you try to change yourself, to try to make somebody else happy, it is not going to end well.
And the world doesn't need that.
Yeah.
Right? The world truly does need everybody to, you want your intention to be, you want to come from a place of love and good intent, but you truly do want to embrace who you are and share that. That's what the world needs, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Be you.
Beautiful, just to be you. And in this case, we do have the choice of the gold tone and the silver tone. And as a reminder, if you were not here earlier, you get this one charm here. I'm going to bring this one out of my tray. The one charm here in the center, which is the signature motif that's kind of locked into place here. And this is how you get the bracelet on and off. So this will fit most sizes. So you pull on this, but then you get your 3 charms on the other side, because as a reminder for you, these are not only manufactured right here in the United States of America, which, how often can you say that, honestly, about just about anything, but crafted right here in Rhode Island, you said, correct?
Yes.
And then the next one is of recyclable materials, or recycled, I should say, materials. So the metals used here they already exist. We're not mining for new materials.
Right, correct.
Right, and tearing the earth apart. And then, of course, this is positive energy. Let's deflect the bad.
Exactly, representing what we were just talking about, the energy of that meaning card and what it's intended to bring to the wearer.
Yeah.
So somebody who's, going along their day, to look down and just remind them to be strong and courageous and be light and speak their truth.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? It's kind of funny, even though feathers are so lightweight, they are remarkably durable because they have to be. They keep birds in flight.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we think of them as delicate things, but they're really not.
And they're also symbols, you know. A lot of people wear it for different reasons, but they're signs from above, you know, messages from above.
That's right. So this is available, the Feather Charm Bangle, J351896, 2 easy payments of $16 a month. Oh my goodness. This was not in my tray earlier. I'm so